What they're attempting to do, we're on the 50th anniversary of President Johnson's speech on the war on poverty and launching the war on poverty, and we cannot for 1 minute allow them to act as though they want to address poverty, because you are talking about the Republican Party that essentially wants to dismantle the safety net. What they believe is that poor folks need a pep talk and a kick in the butt, and that is the way you reduce poverty, without looking at some of the structural issues. So it's wonderful Eric Cantor says that schools are needed. That's absolutely the case, but then he doesn't want to provide funding for schools. People need jobs. We need to raise the minimum wage. We need to extend unemployment. There are very specific things that we need to do to lift people out of poverty. It's not rocket science.
Really, this is their solution to what the president has called the defining issue of our time? Raising the minimum wage may poll well, but having a job that pays $10 an hour is not the American dream.
Well, and just because you change your talking points doesn't mean that you have policies to back them up. And right now, they don't have policies to back them up. If the GOP was really interested in alleviating poverty, they would invest heavily on macro policies, such as doing heavy investment in infrastructure projects. That way, we'll get a lot of the middle class back to work, and we'll get a lot of the folks that have stopped seeking jobs interested back in getting engaged. And that's just one policy. When Eric Cantor says that he's interested in funding education, well, kids can't learn if they have empty bellies. Right. Let's make sure you're passing the SNAP program. When you say that you believe that we have to stop paying unemployment benefits, but at the same time, the GOP party is recognizing that people have stopped looking for employment, so we actually have a bigger unemployment problem. They're basically turning away from the masses, trying to come up with fun, quick, quippy talking points, but not really addressing our overall issues. And that's the fundamental problem. And that's when you're talking about the GOP, whether it's their anti-poverty stances, or when you're talking the war on women or immigration or what have you, is that they speak a good game, but their policies don't back it up.
The truth is that the greatest tool to lift people, to lift children and families from poverty, is one that decreases the probability of child poverty by 82%. But it isn't a government program. It's called marriage.
What is unemployment insurance? It is paying people not to work.
It's like a paid for vacation for people.
Yeah, well, the minimum wage makes no sense whatsoever to me. I mean, honestly, it's just the Black Teenage Unemployment Act.